All right, guys, your favorite real estate duo back again.
Land to Coast, Iva.
Caitlin, talking about downsizing.
You're tired of your house. It's probably too big. The yard's too big. You don't want to maintenance it. All of the things. The bills are just outrageous because
You're cool in that 2,000, 3,000 square feet home that you live in 1,000 of the square feet.
Yeah, bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, and living room. Sometimes not even the living room if you're just hanging out by yourself.
Yeah.
It sounds scary. You might feel like you don't have options, but we're here today to kind of talk through some of those options and talk about everything. So,
just like with any real estate transaction, timelines are important, and you need to know your timelines. You need to know your goals, your motivations, all the things. But like she said, a lot of people don't know how many options they really have when you're ready to downsize. A lot of people think, I just got to buy a smaller house, or I got to go to a retirement community, or what am I going to do? I'm just stuck here in this big house forever. And that's not the case.
Yeah.
There's so many options. You may have built so much equity that you actually have a lot more options than you think.
Yeah, or you've paid off your house. Depending on how long you've lived there, or you paid extra bills, you paid off your house and you're like, I could cash this out. Or I don't have a mortgage. Do I want to go back to paying a mortgage? But you're paying so much in utilities, it kind of doesn't make sense. I'm a person that loves travel, so I'd probably take that money and travel and get something small. But I think that just depends on personal preference, right?
Yeah. Do you have kids?
Yeah.
Maybe you want to sell this home and move in with your kids. Maybe you don't want to sell this home. Maybe you just want to rent this home out so you can leave that for your kids when you do inevitably pass away.
Yeah.
And move in with your kids. Maybe you don't. Maybe you love your kids, but you don't like living with them. But you still want to rent this out and move somewhere else. There's a ton of different possibilities.
Rent is a great passive income. There are expenses depending on where you live, HOAs, condo fees, etc. But it's a great way to help you have this income coming in on top of your retirement. So you're like, this is extra money. You can put it in a savings for the kids, or you can put it in savings to travel, or just to feel comfortable. There's plenty of options. Stocks, all things.
Maybe you're like, screw this. I am tired of repairing things. I'm tired of fixing things. I just want to sell it.
Yeah.
That's okay too. There's, like we said before, you have so many options. Maybe you go to a retirement home. Maybe you go to a 55 and up community. Maybe you just downsize to a 2-bedroom townhome or a 2-bedroom condo.
So I just want to touch on you said something and I don't want to lose it. So I just want to touch on the house being so much maintenance.
Yes.
So there is fees for maintenance, and I will say some people have updated their home, some people haven't. So when you're looking at the other homes in the neighborhood that are selling, the biggest thing you want to compare obviously is lots and size of homes. But I know you're looking at the neighbors and you're like, oh, maybe they're more updated than mine, or this or that. Talk to your real estate agent about, should I update this? Is it going to bring me substantially amount more money, or is it going to sell faster? Maybe you want to sell it faster. Maybe you're willing to wait it out to have somebody come do the updates on their own, but you want to price it accordingly.
And maybe the updates that you think you need to make, you don't necessarily need to make.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a big thing too, is sometimes people think that there's all these things that they have to update, when in reality there's not. You could really pick 1 or 2 things off that list.
Yeah. Obviously, the same with any selling. We want to stage it. So we do want you to declutter anything that's not going with you to the next place, especially because you're downsizing. There's not going to be as much room. You're not going to have storage. So you're either going to get a storage unit or you get rid of the stuff. You want to make sure that some of that stuff you're going to get rid of is already gone before we list it, before we do photos. And you also want to make sure anything that you specifically want to keep that maybe you fixated to the home, light fixtures is a big one.
Oh, yeah.
That are passed down through the family. You want to make sure that is removed. And again, that's with any selling. But I know when downsizing, you probably have more stuff, more memories, more things you've accumulated. Maybe a bookshelf that's fixated, or
I think something too is with that downsizing and all the things you've accumulated that people don't think about on the front end, and they think about it, oh shoot, last minute, estate sales and yard sales.
Yeah.
Before you do get ready to list your home, go ahead and get all the things that you don't want to keep or you don't want to save, and have a yard sale.
Absolutely. Get some money back, some cash back. And also it's going to help you in the long run, because you're not going to feel so overwhelmed. It's not last minute. You're not like, oh, I need to get a storage. I need to do this. I need to do that. You should be before you list, you want to get as much as you can done. Realistically, you're not going to get all of it done. And then over time, if there's still stuff you're packing, so you're like, you know what, I'm probably going to get rid of this, or I want to give this to the kids or whatever. So it's going to be emotional, but it'll be worth it in the long run. Instead
Absolutely.
of last minute and then putting everything in storage and then you don't see it.
Yeah.
And then it's just sitting there and it's
collecting dust.
Yeah. So I think just preparing the house and emotionally preparing yourself, because you're not going to have a yard, or maybe you have moved to a townhouse and it's a small yard or a small house. And so it is going to be an adjustment.
And everybody's retirement, everybody's stage of that life looks different. So maybe you are more active and you don't mind moving into a townhome that has stairs or a condo that's on the top floor. Maybe you aren't as active and you want a condo with an elevator, or you want a single level home. There's so many different factors, and I think it's important to understand that you have options and what those look like for you.
Something else I want to touch on is maybe if you buy a condo and you don't want to use your money, like you can pay off the condo, but you don't want to use it all, you can talk to a lender and they will tell you, hey, maybe we only pay half and finance half. Or whatever that looks like, because everybody's different. What you're going to use the money for is different. So having someone that's partnering with you to help you decide and think about things differently, and so you're not just emotionally thinking about, oh, this is all I have, and it feels
knowing
like
that you have options.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing that I see in downsizers, and since we said in the beginning, is you do have options and they seem scary, but you're not alone, for one. And even if you don't have family, I know realtors most of the time, we're also committed to making sure that this is smooth for you and easy.
Yeah.
It's less
like
stressful.
it or not, if you're our client, you're our family now.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I can't speak for all realtors, but for us, for sure. So you just have to maybe open up your perspective and think about all the things and think about what's best for you.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're the most important. And
what does your retirement look like for you? What is your dream retirement?
Yeah.
Is that cutting grass on 5 acres? Or is that sipping a pina colada at the pool home in the community?
Yeah. Or in Italy.
Or in Italy.
Or in Italy.
But I better have pizza too if I'm in Italy.
Yes. Just yes. But go enjoy. If you're at retirement or not quite there and finally you get there, enjoy your life.
You've worked hard.
Yeah. And I know I'm trying to retire as soon as possible. So it's...
Wait, you're tired of working with me?
No, it's just, I feel like don't limit yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Know that you have options and don't be afraid to research those options, ask about those options. If you have questions about 55 and up communities in the area or retirement homes in the area or what townhome or condo might look best for you and your lifestyle, feel free to send us a comment, message, call us, reach out. We would love to break those options down for you.
Absolutely. You said something that I also want to touch on that I lost it.
I was talking about 55 and up communities.
When you move from a large home where your HOA is maybe small, or, you know,
maybe you don't have an HOA.
Yeah, maybe you don't have an HOA, you're on 5 acres, whatever the case is, when you are moving to a 55 and older or a condo or even a townhouse.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
You need to make sure that you understand all of the things. And
the rules and regulations.
Yeah, it is very important because you're used to having
freedom.
And then you're moving to something that maybe...
where somebody's going to tell you what your freedom is.
Yeah. And every community is different. So, and that's where you just do the research and you're like, okay, maybe I'm not comfortable with the 55 and older community because they have a little more regulations. Maybe I just want a townhouse or a condo.
I will say 55 and older communities, the majority of the ones that we have worked with or we have dealt with, they are very regulated in a sense of security.
And strict, which is great. Like, I think it's a great option because when I want to feel safe, I want to feel secure. Yeah. And also...
and if my mom was in there, I would want to know that she was safe and they're not just letting any willy-nilly in the gate.
Yeah, I think that's super important. They're also more strict on open houses for realtors and things like that, which personally I think is great because you don't want as many people in the community. Yeah. They like to be kind of their own little hub, and you go out and do your own thing and then you come back to your hub and home, you
Yeah.
know? So I think that's really great. And a lot of them, like Del Webb E-Town, Del Webb Nocatee, they have great amenities.
Oh my
People want to
gosh.
go to in there to their amenities.
Yeah.
So maybe you pay a little bit more for that, but you have that resort style literally
Your
right in your
retirement,
backyard.
yeah, your everyday life is literally resort style.
Yeah, and that's important. For me, that would be important. For everybody, I don't know. You know what's best for you.
Yeah.
And you've probably been thinking about it for a while. I feel like when you start thinking about retirement, you're like, okay, I'm getting older. This is my age limit. This is my hit. And whatever that is for you. So I'm sure you've thought about all the options, but to know what it looks like from a real estate point of view, make sure you talk to an agent. And from a lender point of view, if you are considering getting a mortgage, even though maybe this house is paid off, maybe you want to keep money in your pocket, or talk to a financial planner, which we have a few
that we can refer you to.
Yeah, and there's a lot of really great, Charles Schwab has education, Fidelity has information, so there's a lot of really great information out there that you're like, you know what, maybe I want to do 10% in stock. So that's when you talk to those people that have those licenses, that are educated, and they've seen that. They've helped people through retirement and in the finance department. That's because finances are a huge part of retirement. People don't like to talk about it. It's but it is important to know what that looks like for you. So you don't have to worry, where is this coming from? Where is that coming from?
Yeah. And maybe you don't have any kids and you don't care about leaving a rental home for them. So you just like, let me sell this and mosey on over here to this retirement community.
Yeah. Or maybe you move to Europe. It's an option.
We know where she's going.
Just a villa in Italy, that's all. Make sure you're talking to the people that care too. Interview agents, interview lenders. Make sure you're not just somebody else on the phone, because it is a major life step. And
it's a big change, and it's a very emotional change.
Yeah.
So I would say on that aspect of interviewing the people who are going to be helping you with this decision.
Yeah.
Make sure that they can understand the emotional toll that this transition is going to have.
Yeah. Also, for retirement homes or assisted living facilities, make sure you're interviewing them as well and doing your research. Agents, we're not licensed in those. We may have a few connections and maybe talk to people, but that is on you to make sure that you're going to these communities and seeing what they look like and
see what they have to offer.
Yeah, because that's going to be important. Do they offer, maybe you need a certain type of assistance? That is important to know. And I think a lot of people maybe miss that step, or they're just last minute, oh no, I need to find a place.
They make like a rush decision. Yeah, or they just downsize into a 2-bedroom.
Yeah.
Not realizing that there was 3 other options, community-wise, that they could have went to. Yeah. And I will say, just because it's a 55 and up community doesn't mean that it's old and boring and nobody's having fun.
Yeah. No, seriously, people are biking and swimming and at the gym.
Walking their pets. And
it's 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, and I'm like, I want to live this life. I'm out here showing houses working. I love it. But sometimes I'm like, But that's what I aspire to look to. Me personally, I would want that. I want a nice gym. I want all of the things right there, because that's just a personal preference.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I'm ready for that step in my life, I think it's going to be important for me to make the decision. All right, this is specifically what I want. Yeah. We raise the kids. They're doing their own thing. What do I want?
Yeah, because it's your turn now.
It is your turn. So if there's anything that maybe we haven't touched on that you would like to know more about, always feel free to reach out.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we said before, if there's a specific style, community, or path that you want to go, that you would like more help figuring out for the Jacksonville area, then absolutely give us a call, email, send a comment, send a DM, whatever that looks like. It's easiest communication for you.
Yeah.
And let's help you find the research and the plan.
On that note, a lot of people downsize from other states and come to Florida. So maybe we help you on this side, but we have referral partners all over the U.S., even outside of the U.S. a little bit, and in different ecosystems. And we will find an agent
that we trust.
Yeah. And even several for you to interview if that's what you would like, because we want to make sure we match you with somebody that you feel most comfortable with. It's huge.
It's a big decision, a big step.
Yeah, we want to make sure you're taken care of. And even if you're not moving to Florida and you're just looking to relocate to another area, we would love to touch you with an agent that maybe is in that area. It's very important for us in our community. We care about people a lot and they're like family. So we want to make sure that you're taken care of.
Absolutely.
Right.
So don't be afraid to like this video, comment on this video, subscribe to our channel, and send us a message with all of your questions.
Yeah. We're also on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of the things. This is YouTube. Facebook, all of the things.
MillcoastalHomes.com.
That's us. So we look forward to hearing from you.